ride distant mountain bike trails, and stay for cheap. Bike Life with Rob. Have you ever wanted to go to a new mountain bike trail system, but maybe it was too far, or it might break the bank? We'll explore that in a minute. What trail system have you been wanting to visit? What is on your bucket list? Leave an answer in the comment below with maybe a reason why you want to get to that trail. Last thing before we jump into things, be sure to check out the next video. I hit the vortex area at Santos. You don't want to miss this action. We are all about biking. If this is your first time, thank you for checking us out. I cover sweet mountain bike trail systems so you can see if they're worth riding. I give you training tips so you can get better as a cyclist. I do product reviews on bike related items that could make your life easier. I post elite cross-country mountain bike race videos as well as other cycling related topics. The best way not to miss out is to click the subscribe button and hit the bell so you don't miss out. If you like bikes, bourbon, and a badass, check out Joseph Lampin's YouTube channel. I'll have a link in the description. Over Christmas and New Year's break, we decided that we wanted to go somewhere and explore. I kept an eye on the weather, and I had Brown County, Bentonville, Oak Mountain, Knoxville, North Carolina, and Georgia on my radar. As we moved closer to the day that we were supposed to leave, the weather in these places sucked. Cold, rainy, and when traveling with two kids, that does not equal fun for them at all. And that doesn't equal fun for us either. So I upped my game and looked further south into the Tallahassee area of Florida. Same thing with the rain. Although the weather was going to be a little warmer, I still decided I didn't want the rain, and my wife agreed. Now, I was using Trail Forks to look at places that had mountain bike trails as I went further south. And finally, not knowing what I was getting myself into, I found a place where the weather was going to be between 75 and 85 degrees every day, and only a slight chance of rain on 2 of the days that we were going to be there. This was Ocala, Florida. Just before we left, I had mentioned that we were going to this area to my wife and a few friends on Facebook Messenger. Levi Meyer mentioned the names of some trail systems, but at the time I had no idea what he was referring to, as we had so many conversations that had been on that same thread. I soon had an aha moment. When my wife mentioned Santos because she had been looking, I remembered back to Levi's post when he had mentioned Santos, Alify, along with one other that I think was Balm. So yes, we also made our way down to those 2 trail systems they're just a little southeast of Tampa. So how much money did we spend while having the time of our lives in a place that we had no clue of weeks before? And how can you travel to epic mountain bike trails yourself on the cheap? Let's break things down, and I'll give you some ideas on how you can do the same thing for as cheap as possible. We left for our trip December 25th, yes, that's Christmas Day, and returned on January 3rd, 2019. That happened to be 10 total days. This is how our expenses broke down. On groceries, we spent a total of $93. On park fees, we spent a total of $23. And one day while I was finishing up mountain biking with the whole family, a park ranger just happened to be driving by, and we had a good chat, and she happened to pull out a coupon to get into a park for free. So that actually saved us a little more money, or we would have spent a little more than $23. Bike supplies while we were down there. I forgot to put a bike water bottle cage on my wife's bike, and so that cost $10 at the local bike shop. When it's 80 degrees and you're used to 30, 40 degrees and you're riding for over an hour, you're gonna need some kind of hydration. So I had to get her a water bottle cage so she could carry a water bottle. On camping, we spent $178. That was 2 nights at Santos Campground. One of those nights at Santos, I actually paid the park to stay there. And the second night at Santos, someone offered me a campsite for $10 because his buddy wasn't going to be there that night. So I thought that was really cool to make a connection down there and for someone just to say, hey, got an open spot, you want to use it? $10, which was cheaper than the normal camping rate. We also did 3 nights at an RV resort, and that was because they had more amenities, a pool to swim in, and you know, when the kids are being good, you gotta reward them and let them have fun too. So that's why we did that. On eating out, because the kids were amazing, like I just mentioned, we had a total of $222 spent at restaurants. Maybe a little high, but we like to eat out, what can I say? And last but not least, the biggest expense of it all was $398 on fuel. And that's traveling from mid-Michigan all the way down to Florida in the Ocala area, and then even going further south, like I said, southeast of the Tampa area to get to Alafai and Balmboyet. We also did go to the ocean as well. $398 to drive the van was a pretty good deal, I would say. So our grand total for the whole trip, the whole 10 days, was $924. That breaks down to less than $100 a day, which I consider pretty cheap for a family of 4. So how could we make this even cheaper? Maybe because you think that might be a little expensive. We could have camped free the whole time by staying at a Walmart. As you know, Walmart allows you to park in their parking lot, and camp for free. And what's nice about that is if you run out of anything, you're right there in a Walmart parking lot. You can go inside and get what you need, supplies, camping gear, food. That could have saved us $178, which would bring our total to $746 instead of the $924. And now we're looking at below $80 a day. So if $80 a day works for you, maybe just stay at Walmart's. I know everyone doesn't have a van, I'll get to that in a second. If we did not go out to eat on top of staying at Walmart's, we would have saved $222. And that brings the total all the way down to $524 for our total trip. And now we're well below $60 a day, which is really cheap. Although less eating out would mean more groceries, I still don't think that would have significantly increased our grocery bill. Now I know some of you are thinking, hey, yeah, you got a van, it's got everything you need in it, we just have a car or an SUV. Yes, we do have a van. Yes, it has solar power. Yes, it has house batteries that help power our cooler, and the sun charges it via the solar panels and keeps our batteries good so we can keep the cooler cold the whole time, which keeps our food cold. But we have traveled in a car before, and we've traveled in an SUV. As far as the car goes, if you have a wagon vehicle, you can stay in your car still. You can fold the back seats down and lay back there. If that doesn't work, you can get a tent. And up in the box here, I have a tent you can look at that you just throw the sucker in the air and it pops right out. It really takes 10 seconds to throw up and maybe 30 seconds to put away. If you are in your car and you're worried about the cooler, we've done the same thing, and when we go out of the car, we actually will unplug it so it doesn't drain your vehicle battery, but then we'll put blankets or towels over the cooler and make sure we park in the shade with the window cracked, and we've been gone and come back and everything is still cold in the cooler. If you take those tips and use those, your stuff will be perfectly fine. If you do drive a car, you can save a significant amount of money on fuel consumption. If we would have drove my Subaru wagon, that probably would have got just less than double the fuel mileage as our van. We probably could have saved $100 to $200 on fuel. And the same goes for you. So think about that. You can add and take away things that I've thrown out for you here to suit your own needs. And you can surely see how you can pretty much go anywhere you want and mountain bike new trails for cheap. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Do you think you could travel for less than this? Maybe it would cost you a little more or about the same? Be sure to check out the next video as I explore the Vortex mountain bike trails at Santos. It's epic, it's fun. I've got some crazy video that you're not going to want to miss. Be sure to subscribe and click the bell so you don't miss out on a thing. And you can check out some of these other Florida videos here on the screen by just clicking. Thanks for watching.